Hi everyone, my name is Jeseny Mariah for College Web Media. I'm a senior at Cal State Fullerton, majoring in communications with a journalism concentration. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing John Jackson. John Jackson is director for the Center of Entrepreneurship and professor for entrepreneurship at Cal State University Fullerton. Jackson brings practical marketing and sales management experience to the classroom from both Silicon Valley and Wall Street. I'm so excited to share his knowledge and experience with you all. Do you have any social media outlets students can follow you at?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and generally it's John Bradley Jackson.
John Bradley Jackson, perfect. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about your educational background?
Yeah, so I'm a product of the local Cal State Fullerton. I was a business major, and I continued on to Pepperdine. I went to Pepperdine right away, in fact, I was the youngest person in the program at the time, and it just seemed the right thing to do. I don't know that I would give my past self that advice today. And then after completing my MBA at Pepperdine, I went on to Silicon Valley.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. What is your current role at Cal State Fullerton?
So I'm a full-time professor, and I teach entrepreneurship, which is defined as people and organizations making changes that are big or small with the hope to make the planet better. And then specifically, the classes I teach are new venture creation and new venture launch.
Okay, that's great. Were mentors a big part of your career?
I would say yes. So early on, I discovered that I didn't know everything. And that there were people out there that were older, more experienced with me, who were willing to help. And in fact, that was critical to my success. And I had success early in my career. And I believe that it was because of the mentors. In fact, in my first book, First, Best, or Different, I wrote a chapter about the importance of creating your own personal, advisory board made up of mentors. Because if you listen, others can help you.
Right. What is your why for being a part of College Web Mentor?
Well, Rudy's a friend, and we have explored this concept of coaching, mentoring. By the way, those are have different definitions. I should be careful. College students about how to maximize their college experience, and then how to take that college experience and apply it to work. And they're very, very different things. So while you're in school, it's my opinion, you master the basics of communication, problem solving, and reading and writing and all of that. It sounds very basic, but those are critical skills. And then you take them to the workplace. And a dramatic difference for the workplace is most work is done in teams. Whereas when you're at a university, community college, a lot of what you do is on your own. Right. It's an individual expression. So that's a bit of a leap to take, professionally speaking. Mm-hmm. And that's where a mentor, I think, can help anyone, whether they're young or old, meaning the individual, but in particular for the college student transitioning to the workplace, there are a lot of discovery that I didn't learn that in school. And so now you've got to go off and learn it on the job.
Right. You mentioned coaching and mentoring is different in your definitions. How would you define coaching?
Yeah, so I'll have to think that one through. So coaching, at my interpretation, it infers the coach giving some rather specific instructions on what needs to happen. Okay, as if we use a sports metaphor, the coach would say, "Go wide and to the left." That's football, right?
Right.
Now, a mentor is more in an advisory capacity, helping the individual raise their awareness about options. So it's less about telling and more about discussing what could happen. So it's kind of subtle, and if you go to the dictionary, you'll see some differences, modest differences. But that's my understanding.
When Jeseny and John return, Jeseny asks John if there was anything he would have done differently in his career. This interview is brought to you by College Web Mentor.
Whether you're deciding on a major, wondering how to network effectively, or planning your career, College Web Mentor offers a range of tools and services to help you succeed.
Is there anything you would have done differently in your career?
Yeah, I think that you may notice I have gray hair, and you get that from making mistakes. That's a sign of wisdom.
Yes.
That's how I like to call it. But, early in my career, I was very aggressive. I wanted success. I wanted money. And I'll admit today that my 20-something self, even my 30-something self, was maybe overly aggressive and selfish. And then somewhere later, and I don't know if it's around 40, I learned that I could get what I want by helping others. Okay. And there's a term called servant leadership. And that's where you put others and their needs above yours. Okay. So I started helping others without any expectation of reciprocity or getting anything in return. And it opened up a whole part of my life and career where by answering the phone call, answering the email, agreeing to meet with someone and helping them, not only was that satisfying, but there were rewards to come from it. Some of them may come in the afterlife. Okay. They may not be immediate, but so in effect, for me, as midlife, I learned to give unconditionally, and I put my own selfish interests to the side.
Interesting. Lastly, what advice would you give to college students looking to pursue a career in entrepreneurship?
So entrepreneurship is a way of thinking. And so an entrepreneur looks at an existing situation and says, well, how could it be better? And so they're challenging the status quo. Whereas if I can pick on my friends who are accountants, accountants follow standard accounting principles and procedures. They follow the rules. And entrepreneurs are aware of the rules. Maybe they work around them, and they actually challenge rules, processes, policy. So there's that mindset of fixing things, trying to make things better, and kind of tinkering along the way. Also, I see a lot of the business press talking about passion, that follow your passion. And I'm passionate about my dog and my horse, but they're not going to make me a living. I think the characteristic of successful entrepreneurs is they solve problems. Okay, so the advice I would say was be on the lookout for things that aren't working well, or for people who aren't getting what they want. Help them solve that problem, and you'll get rewarded.
That was great. I appreciate you letting me interview you and ask you all these questions.
Sure. Where are you going to school?
I go to Cal State Fullerton as well. I'm majoring in communication studies with a concentration in journalism.
Very cool. With even average writing skills, that would probably put you in the top 20%. And if you're an exemplary writer, I'm talking top 5%.
Wow.
So if you talk with, for instance, the business professors, we're greatly frustrated at the writing skills that our students had as juniors and seniors. So they're the survivors,
Yeah.
And then in the workplace, it is a huge advantage. And you couple that with good thinking, problem solving skills, and then oral presentation, and you're a star. So good luck to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you have a nice day.
All right, take care.
You too.
Bye-bye.